Alright, Grandma, we've been getting some questions from your fans.
Alright.
So your first question is, how do you get your voice to do that? This one is from Jessie.
That?
That?
What do you mean by that?
I don't know. She just wrote, how do you get your voice to do that?
Well, first thing you need to do is make the TH sound by putting your tongue at the bottom of your front teeth. And then you add the sound, so it's that, and then you end it off with a T that is again with the tongue on the teeth. That. Try it out. That. I figured it out, Becky.
Cool. Okay, Joey asks, how do you manage to keep the universe from falling back into the singularity you found it as?
Well, it's a lot of duct tape, a lot of physics, and a lot of help from other interdimensional beings. So, in order to keep a universe from collapsing back in on itself, you need to make sure it is constantly expanding. So, what I do is I have a few of my friends on a bunch of different corners of the fabric of space-time, and they just keep pulling it. They just keep pulling it away from the center that the singularity was at. So, that is how it is not collapsing, so you don't have to worry about it. They're just going to keep on pulling until they can't pull anymore. So, you don't have to worry about the universe collapsing in on itself.
Good to know.
Do we have any others?
We have one more, and Jessie asked this one as well. How many people have you offed, and who's next?
Well, war is a complicated and terrible, terrible thing. What happened was I was in the 67th dimension when war broke out. And so I had to use my ability. That is considered a war crime in that dimension. Mainly because we are not. So I had to jump to a different dimension and war. So, anyway, there is nobody who is next on my list. I'm next on a lot of people's lists.
Well, that's all the questions I have from our fans.
Maybe some of the Tinder fellows have been asking me questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, Becky. Go ahead and see if there are some questions from those nice fellows that want to go on and take me for a nice romantic dinner.
So, Dakota asks, how many dimensions are you banned in?
Yes. So, out of the 34,276 dimensions, I am banned in 34,270 of them.
Why?
Again, it was mostly a bunch of war crimes, but you have to do what you have to do in those times. There were also a few times where I tried to start another Big Bang to create another universe, just so that I had a few more to work with.
What do you enjoy most about cooking? EJ asks this.
Cooking, yeah. I very much enjoy the process of putting a bunch of ingredients together and getting something completely new and different out of it. For example, once I was making a casserole. This casserole was specifically to cure an illness, right? So, I put the casserole in the oven, and it comes out in the form of a pizza. It was a really good pizza as well. I didn't understand the transformation process, but I appreciated it, and I wasn't sick ever again.
Okay, this is the last question. This one's from Ryan. How old are you really?
Well, it's never polite to ask a woman her age, but the last thing I remember was setting off the Big Bang in this dimension. There's a weird thing that's happened with my memory in terms of time. It just all kind of falls together and not linear, and it's more wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. So I'm probably at least a couple thousand centuries. That's my best guess. Maybe a few million years even. No? I'm somewhere in the range of 36 billion years old now. Oh goodness. But I look good for a couple billion years though.
You do, Grandma.
Thanks, Becky. You're so sweet. So that was all the questions?
That was all the questions.
Alright, if you have a question for me, go ahead and comment or send me something on Tinder or the other social medias of the world. Yeah, that's all I have, Becky.